Before I met him, I did date a lot. I did go out with guys. Hello guys! If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the small bell by the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I upload a video. I just wanted to talk about if stuttering has affected my love life or not. And first off, I do want to say that I am married, and I'm married to an amazing man. I just wanted to talk a bit about this because as someone who stuttered, this was very challenging for me growing up. I was always so nervous what if someone wanted to date me or not because of my speech. I was always so afraid that someone would not want to date me because of how I spoke. I never felt like I could really be myself. I was always afraid of what the other person would think, and even if you don't stutter, just going on a date can be a very stressful thing. So while I was growing up, I started to get interested in guys when I was like, I don't know, I think, okay, well my first crush, I was in about first grade, but I mean that does not count. I had my first kiss, I was 15 years old. It was with one of our neighborhood friends. I don't think he didn't care whether I stuttered or not, and I was very young and he was very young. But we were old enough to, you know, start to know that guys and girls, you know, like to do stuff and kiss and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so while I was growing up though, I got my first like real boyfriend when I was 18 years old. I would talk to him about my stuttering at times. So he knew that I did stutter, and he didn't care. He thought it was cute. He had told me that he thought that it was cute, which was so nice for me to hear because I was always so self-conscious about it and just constantly worrying about it. It was always making me so nervous. And I was with him for about a year and a half or so, or about a year and three months. But before I had met him, when I was in high school and college, I would go on dates with guys. Some of the guys, they were not my type. Like I felt like they would be embarrassed to hear me, that they were embarrassed to be with me when I would stutter. I don't know if that's true, but that was just the impression that I got from them. So I was still very self-conscious, and even after my boyfriend when I was 18, after we broke up, I still was very self-conscious about it, but it wasn't as bad because I had already been in a relationship. I joined the Marine Corps and I would go on dates with guys whom I met. Even then, I still was so self-conscious about my stuttering, but I will say though that my stuttering was more self-conscious in my professional life with my job than it was with guys. For some reason, I didn't really stutter as much when I would go on a date with a guy. It was really weird, but I didn't really stutter that bad when I would go on a date with a guy. Throughout my time, throughout that time, I didn't feel any different. I didn't feel like I was an abnormal person. I mean, I did feel slightly different because I did stutter, but it wasn't to the point where I was afraid to not go out with guys because of my voice. Even though in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, are they not going to like me because of my speech? Are they not going to be attracted to me because of my voice? And that always made me so nervous because, you know, I really wanted to have a guy. And I know that some of you have commented on other videos I have made regarding stuttering and dating, saying like, oh, it's easier for you because you're a girl, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that may be true, but every male stutterer in my life that I have known in person, and I have known about 3 or 4, every one of them is married with kids. There's one of them I know that is not married, but he has kids and he has had girlfriends. Every other male stutterer that I know though is happily married, as far as I know, and they have kids. So I'm just letting you know that if you stutter, don't let that think that a girl's not going to like you because of your speech. My sister, she would gladly date someone who did stutter, and she does not stutter herself. So don't let that stop you from thinking that, oh, I can't get a girl because of my voice, okay? There's plenty of guys, I'm sure, that would not want to date me, and they are jerks. They are bitches and jerks. So just know that there are guys and girls out there that do not care, okay? Almost every male that I dated did not care about my voice. I had many guys tell me that they thought my stuttering was cute when I would talk to them about it. I can honestly say that throughout my love life, it never did stop me from going on dates or getting married, because I realized that the guys just didn't really care. If I felt that they did care, you know, I wasn't really sure if some of them did or not, but that is why I am not married to them. My current husband, when I met him, he knew that I stuttered. He could tell from my voice, but he told me that he didn't really care because he liked me. You know, so like he wasn't looking at my voice, he was looking at me as a person, as a whole. I know it can be difficult though, you know, I know everyone stutters differently. I know everyone has a different type of stutter. It can be difficult to communicate, it can get embarrassing as well, so I totally understand that, but don't think that there is not a guy or a girl out there that won't like you because of your speech. Okay, but there will be some guys and girls that won't like you because of your speech. You know, expect that too. But if that's the case, then they're just like, you don't want them in your life and you don't want to be friends with them. So I honestly wouldn't want someone like that in my life to spend my life with. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Just try not to worry about that. And I just want to say that stuttering, no, it did not affect my love life at all. Even though there were times where I did doubt myself, even if there were times where I did feel insecure, or I was trying to hide my voice when I would go on dates. I will say that when I would go on dates, I was trying to hide my voice a lot. Like, I was really trying to not stutter, I was really trying to hold it in, I was trying to substitute words. With my husband, I don't do that. Now, when I first was starting to go out with him though, yes, I would substitute words, and I would really try and hide my voice with him. That's not good. And even when we first got married, I was really still working on trying not to hide my voice from him, because I was like, what the heck? Like, he's my husband, he loves me, he doesn't care, I shouldn't care, so why am I doing this to myself and him? Because he did not want me for me to hide my voice in front of him. To me, that was just making my stuttering worse and making my emotional state worse, and it was hurting him as well. Because he wants me to be vulnerable and for me to accept me as I am, because then because that is an attractive thing for him. And so I began to realize that I shouldn't try and hide myself. You know, I shouldn't try to hide my stutter from him. I shouldn't try to hide anything from him at all. Anyway, guys, stuttering did not affect my love life, but I was insecure many times, and yes, I really did try to hide my stutter many times. Know that there were probably some guys who I did date who didn't like that I did stutter, or who were embarrassed of me because of my voice. And obviously that didn't last long, which is a good thing. Some of you have also messaged me and told me like that I have broken up with girls because they were embarrassed about my voice, or I've broken up with guys, or guys have broken up with me, blah, blah, because they're embarrassed about your voice. And don't let that think that every other guy and girl is like that. There's so many males and females out there, so don't think that no one will like you because of your voice. There's always someone out there that will like you for that, and there's so many bigger issues out there that if someone doesn't like you because of your voice, they have massive issues themselves that they need to work through. And I am really serious about that, because everyone has something, and no one is perfect. So don't let stuttering stop you from going on dates, going out with friends. Don't let it stop you from becoming close to someone, because if you're afraid that you're going to stutter with them, then you should rethink your relationship with them, because you're not going to be comfortable in your life. You're going to be constantly stressed and very worried about it as well. So, and it's funny because when I did date, I had friends, and I had these 3 female friends, which I have spoken about in one of my past videos, and I feel like that they were embarrassed about my stutter, and this is when I was like in 6th or 7th grade, but I feel like that they were embarrassed about my stuttering, so that made me nervous and made me feel insecure about making female friends. And when I was in the Marine Corps, when I would have friends, like male friends, I would always feel pretty comfortable with them, and I never really stuttered when I would. Or I would stutter, but like I wouldn't really stutter as bad when I was in the Marine Corps with male friends. So that was very interesting to me because I found out that being friends with other girls in person made me really nervous. And I think it's because that experience I had when I was younger of having friends that were kind of embarrassed about my stuttering and kind of treated me like a third wheel. And again, I don't know if they were embarrassed about my stuttering, but the energy I got from them was that they were. So I hope you liked this video. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!